Who are we? We are representing Analytics Live, and we stand on one very clear mission, that is to help brands rise above the digital noise by unlocking the power of their own first party data. We are among the top Google partners and Meta partners in marketing and analytics, with 245 plus clients across the globe, with 265 plus dashboards across different platforms, and experience in 37 plus platforms, including ads and CRM. Analytics Live empowers multiple businesses worldwide to make smarter decisions. So, let me introduce myself. Hi, I'm Sakina Furniturewala, your Google Analytics expert for today. With a strong background in finance and business analytics, I have worked with diverse clients and helped them turn their data into meaningful strategies. Over to you, Abhishek.
So I am Abhishek Tiwari and I am a Lucas Studio expert, and also I have masters in data science and analytics. So I think today it will be going to be a very great session on data storing with Lucas Studio. So let's begin, Sagina.
Yes. So before moving on, let me quickly ask you all something that have this ever happened to you that you have spent hours or maybe even days building a dashboard that no one even looked at it, or maybe worst, they looked at it, didn't get and didn't react and just completely ignored it. If that sounds familiar, just go ahead and raise your hands. Oh my God, I can see a couple of hands. So I think it's definitely you're not alone in this. It's a very common problem. And I think that's the exact point where data storytelling comes in. Right, Abhishek?
Absolutely. Yes. So we have heard a lot about data, any technology and anything we heard that there is something called data. But what is data storytelling? So many of us get confused that when we are talking about data storytelling, is it really about creating reports or dashboards? So the answer is clearly no. So let's just explain that what actually data storytelling is all about.
Okay.
So, what is data storytelling? Starting with the context. So, I think most of us create reports, create dashboards. But while you are creating a report or a dashboard, the context is very important. For an example, if you are creating a dashboard, you should name the page that what this page is all about, what this dashboard is all about. Along with that, when you are creating graphs, for an example, if you see your screen and if you see that we have put in a graph where we have a trend chart which is showing the sessions and the comparison with the previous period, right? So, see, when I have written here that how are your sessions performing in comparison to previous period, so now the user who is actually using that dashboard to take out some insights, he will understand that what this graph actually means, which comparison period we are talking about when we are showing a comparison line as well in the graph. So, context is really important. Of course, narrative. So narrative, you call it narrative or you call it purpose why you are creating the dashboard. So for an example, we have talked about the sales growth. So most of us might relate who are from a marketing background or from a sales background that whenever we create reports on sales growth or whenever we create reports on e-commerce data, then we go through with a mindset that yes, I want to show how sales growth is happening, what are the factors that are affecting it. So it's not about just putting in the charts and creating a dashboard, but you should have a clear focus that what you are actually creating, and of course right visualization. So context is there, the narrative is there, but yes, the main superpower which will actually help you is the data visualization, because that actually tells the story. So for an example, in this you can see the graph where we have put in categorical like categories of items that are being sold and how are their numbers performing. So the right visual for category distribution in terms of number are bar charts. So right visualization is very important.
Okay, so now we actually understood that a dashboard to truly tell a story, it requires three key ingredients. That is context, narrative, and right visualization. But that brings up to me a very important question, Abhishek, that why Looker Studio? You always seem to recommend Looker Studio. I really want to ask that what Looker Studio has which other tools lack.
See, there are a lot of dashboarding tools that are available in the market,
Uh,
but I'll tell you that Looker Studio is a very powerful tool, and I don't know how many of our participants know this. That Looker Studio is a part of Google's environment, so it gives you a lot of options. It helps you create interactive dashboards and reports. Along with that, there are a few other benefits as well. For the first, Looker Studio is a free tool. So anybody of you, if you are a student, if you are a new professional, you want to switch to something in data visualization, it's a free tool and you can use it to learn from it. Or if you are starting new, you want to create dashboard, it's free. You can start from the beginning directly. And it also gives you the feature that you can collaborate among your team to create reports. For an example, you for a website, if you are creating a dashboard, it's not only about how your website is performing. I'm talking about the website analytics. It's also about how your sales is performing, how is your marketing campaigns performing, how is your operations performing. And might be there are four different persons that are working together on a single dashboard, creating different pages for different like marketing, sales, and everything. So they can work at the same time. It's not required that okay, I'll complete the sales part and then I'll share it with somebody and then he will do the analytics part. It's not required. Four of them can work at the same time in a collaborative way. It will save your time.
okay.
Then it gives you seamless integration with frequently used tool. For example, Google Analytics is one of the biggest example. Google Ads is, BigQuery, YouTube Analytics, so a lot more. And also it gives you advanced features like you can create easy filters, drill downs, also calculated fields, conditional formatting, and many more features.
Wow, I think these were some really cool features, and honestly, we had no idea that Looker could do all of it. I think hearing this, a few folks might here just switch to Looker as Looker's advanced and standout features really show that how a right tool can make data storytelling more impactful, accessible, and even enjoyable.
Absolutely, Sakina.
So I think now it's time for the most exciting part. I think enough of talking has been done. As you promised, you're going to show us a practical application.
Yes, absolutely, Sakina. I think that's the best part in this webinar because we won't be only doing the talking, but we will show the practical application that how your dashboard can speak and tell the story about the data. So in this practical session, we will show you how you can add the data sources, how you can incorporate the graphs into it, and also to make it interactive, you can add the filters to it. So I think Sagina, I can take it from here and I can share my
Sure,
screen.
sure, sure.
Is my screen visible?
Yes, it is.
Yes. So you have to go to lookerstudio.google.com, and that's the interface of the Looker Studio. So at the start only, you will get multiple options like Looker Studio provide you with some templates. You can go to the template gallery and check those templates. So, if you are new, if you want to check how this data source and everything works, some of the examples are given, and you can use it to build your Google Analytics, Google Ads, Sheets, and even BigQuery from the simple template. But I never recommend using template. I always recommend to build it from scratch because these are just templates, and every website or every app, every business actually is unique, and only the business person or the persons who are involved, they only know that what are the key things they want to look at in their dashboard, right? So to
Right.
create it from the scratch, either you can click on this blank report or you can click on this create, and from here you can directly click on report, and a blank report will come up. And as soon as the report comes up, it will ask you to add a source. So you can see as these are the free Google connectors that are available, where you have Google Analytics, Google Ads, BigQuery. YouTube Analytics, and many more. And if you have any different one, don't worry. You can either use BigQuery, which is a very good tool to like collect the data using APIs, or you have lot of option or lot of third-party connector options such as Supermetrics, from where also you can connect your dashboard, your source, sorry. And also, if you are new, if you want to learn, if you don't have any of these sources available with data, don't worry. Looker is taking care of all of those things. So in the my data sources, you can go and there are a lot of sample options as well, which you can select and start building your dashboard. So to start with, in this tutorial, we will use Google Analytics, and in this, we will use the demo account of Google Merchandise Shop. Let's add this. It might take couple of seconds to add the data source. Once the data source is added, you can check all the fields and everything on the right panel.
Abhishek, don't forget to show from where we can add charts, and also the formulas.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah.
So see, the data source is already connected, and you can see the data source, all the fields is available out here. And let's now start building the dashboard. So at the start, what I really like while like creating the dashboard is to add the logo of the website or your brand, because branding is very important when you create the dashboard. You should know for which brand you are actually creating the dashboard. So I already have the Google merchandise icon. So I'll use this one. And I'll also, why I did this at first, because I also wanted to show you guys a quick hack. Because whenever you are creating a dashboard, also one point comes up in your mind that the theme should sync with your whether website logo, whether your website and everything. So if you want to match the theme with your logo, just click on the image, then right click on it, and there is an option called extract theme from image. Once you click on it, it will show you a couple of options. So I'll select the first one, and now the all the themes, all the tables which will come up, all the if you select any of these shapes, there are two shapes options, one is rectangular and one is circle. So all of it will come in as per the theme that you have selected. You can also customize it in the themes and layout. It comes out from here, or it comes out here as well once you select extract theme. Then let's start building the header part. Yes. So if I do it like this, the icon will be hidden. So also one of the tricks I'll show you. Just go out here. There's an option called order, and here you can just click on send backwards, and the shape will go backward, and in front it will come the icon. Yeah. So the header part is done. Now let's give a purpose or narrative to this dashboard. E-commerce. So for this dashboard tutorial, we will do a e-commerce sales report analysis. Also, I'll give some style options are available. So I'll do some styling as well. I'll increase the size to 28, and let's bold it, change the color to white. Otherwise, it won't match with the header. And now let's paste it. So you see a red line comes up. So
Yeah.
Looker also gives you this option. It will show you that okay, the alignments. If you want to do, it will show that it's coming in the middle or in the sideways. So that option is also available. So the narrative is also given that what this dashboard is all about. Now let's start with creating the filters. So the most important filter, what do you think, Sakina, is?
I think date.
Yeah, absolutely. So
Hmm.
date filter is, I think, the most important, because which dates actually you want to filter and check the data about. So dates is the foremost, I think. I'll do some styling changes. I don't like the border shadow in the header, so I'll avoid that one. Then I'll give a border radius of 10, and I'll just short the size of it. Yeah. Now it looks good to me. And my date filter is ready. But you know what, Sakina, only the date filter will never work, right? You need
Yeah.
some other filters too. so
Definitely.
that your dashboard becomes really interactive. So
Interactive.
I'll just create a filter panel as well.
Okay.
In this case, I think I'll be going to use a lighter color this time, and I'll add shadow boundary and I'll give some border radius up to 10, and my panel box is at least ready. Now I'll give some text or some context to it so that anybody who comes up to the dashboard understand why I have created this panel. So I'll write down, use this drop downs to filter your report. Now anybody who comes up will understand why this panel is about, and just place it in the middle, and that's done. Now let's add some filters. So I'll use the drop down list and filters because we are creating a e-commerce dashboard and a sales report. So one of the most important fields I think is item category, so that the user can filter the items as per the item category. It's showing as C details because the metric we have chosen
It's
is not
okay.
for the item level.
Yeah.
So we'll remove it
Mhm.
and some styling. I think I'll remove this. I'll give some border radius 10, and I think we're good. Not only item category, I think if you have a global business like Google Merchandise have, so you might want to know that which country what data is having in which country. So let's give a filter for the countries as well. You can also give filter for town or city or anything, or your branch maybe. So country, and if you want to know which devices are performing how, then you can give a device category as well. And lastly, my favorite filter, which is session, source, or medium, because I really like to know that how my users are actually coming to my website. So for that, okay, if this doesn't fit here, what shall I do? I can even rename my fields as well. So there's a option, there's a pencil option you can see
That's
there.
yeah.
If you click on it, you can edit the name as well. Let's just simply keep it as source or medium.
Perfect.
And now it will be easily be fitting in my filter panel. So filter panel is also done. So let's start the favorite part, I think, creating charts. So
That's
let's start with the most basic chart and the most important chart as well, the scorecards. So we are talking about e-commerce. So I'll keep the metrics as per the e-commerce, like the items viewed, the
okay.
number of times a user views an item or a product for that case. I'll just align everything into the middle. I'll give some border shadow and a border radius to 10. And once one of your charts is done or one of your KPI charts is done and you want every chart to look like this, no need to build again and again, select from here and build again and again. Just copy and paste it and just change your metric field from items view to anything else. For this case, I'll do items added to cart because it's an e-commerce. And also, I'll add items checkout,
Mhm.
and finally, which everybody likes, conversions in terms of
Yeah.
purchases. So
Purchase.
items purchased.
Yeah.
But Sakina, you can see the alignments are not proper.
Yeah.
Everything is not in middle. So
No,
for
it's not
that
very good.
also, I'll show you guys a trick. So just if you want to align everything, it's a small trick. Just select all of your KPIs or all of your jobs and just go to align vertically and select the middle. You can also do it horizontally, but for this example, I'm showing it vertically. And see, everything is in middle, right?
Yeah.
Now let's give a context to it, what it is all about. E-commerce KPIs on user behavior. And let's bold it. Let's increase the size 20. Yeah, this looks good. Let's keep it in the middle. Yeah.
Middle.
Yes. Now the context part is also done.
Yeah.
You can do some beautifications. Maybe you can give a divider to it, like this one,
Oh,
and you can keep it in the middle. You can do as much as styling you need. You can do it. There are a lot of style options that Lucas Studio gives to you. I'll just increase the border size to 5. Yeah, now it's looking good to me. So after creating it, the most common chart and the most used chart that everybody uses, I'll use the table chart. And the table chart as well, you get three of the options. So one is normal table, one is table with bars, and one is with heat map. So you can
okay.
use like heat map as well. Now, starting to build this table, let's add some dimensions and metrics, right? Let's add item name because that's the most important, which items are being sold the most, right?
Yes.
Which are viewed the most or added to cart the most, and also give some of the metrics like items added to cart and items purchased. Now, Sakina, you can see my items added to cart is hidden. My items purchased, I cannot see it
Yeah.
completely. So, might be the user who is also seeing might not be aware that this is items added to cart. So, for that case, what you can do is you can either do it manually, like clicking this or doing something. But there is also a trick to it, also an option that you can click on these three dots.
Okay.
You can go to resize column and you can select fit to data or distribute evenly, but I'll select fit to data. So as per the rows, it will give you as per the as per the space they are taking, so they will
Mhm.
fit it accordingly. So I'll do that and see, it's arranged properly. And even if after doing this it is not being arranged nicely, I'll suggest that use this wrap text, so that if in this line the item name is maybe not getting completed, it needs another more line. So what wrap text will do, it just simply extend the size of your row and you can see the whole name of your item. So
Okay.
that's also done. Okay, so not only item name, I think a lot of other dimensions also you can add, like item category is there, your item brand is there,
Mhm.
item variant is there. But you can see Sagina in such a small space.
Yeah, it is very hosh posh.
Yes. But
Yeah.
see, since we have used the wrap text, it
Okay.
at least extended the rows and you can visualize it. But still, it is very, I think, difficult to read and
Difficult.
understand.
Mhm.
So, what option you can add to this is there is an option called drill down out here.
Okay.
So you don't need to create separate charts for like item name differently, item category when you are using the same metric for all the dimensions, like item viewed, item added to cart, and item purchase. Just simply use this option, click on drill down, and see your other dimensions are not visible now.
Yeah.
Nothing to worry about. There is an option to drill down, so you can
Okay.
just click this arrow and you can see the other dimensions are also available, like item category, item brand, or item variant. So no need to worry about that. Also, once this is done, you can also select that from which level you want to drop down. I want to draw, like, I want to drill down from the item category level, so I'll select that one. And
Okay.
also, you can use cross filtering. It's also a great option. So I'll show that option in the view mode. So as you can see, our dashboard is ready. Now, suppose you are like seeing the table chart and you want to see from Google Cloud what are the items available and how are they performing. Just click on Google Cloud and you can see already the above ones are getting filtered, right?
Yeah.
And
Okay.
then just select the drill down, and now whatever item names are coming up, that all are related to item category Google Cloud.
Yeah.
Then you can again click on it and unselect it. So that option is also available to you.
Yeah.
But I have created the table, but I haven't created, sorry, I haven't given the context to it.
Context.
So,
Yeah.
like the KPIs, I won't be writing another, I won't be adding another text box because there is an option to add the title to it. So, just click
Okay.
on show title, and there is some AI model, so it will suggest you some title automatically. But I think this doesn't suit with the table that we have created. So, I think we can name it as item detailed table with category, name, brand, and variant. Now the user will understand that what this table is about and what data he can actually see from this dashboard, what insights he can take out from this one. So the context is done. Now it's a basic table, but I'll now show you one of my favorite charts that I really like while I create any e-commerce or any sales report. So I'll use a funnel chart, but not from this chart because you can see there are a lot of options that are
Lot of.
available to
Yeah.
select. But I want to show you that it's not limited to this. You have other options as well. You can go to community visualization. You can click on explore more, and in the community visualization as well, there are a lot of advanced uh, charts available which you can utilize to create your dashboard. So one of them I'll use, which is a metric funnel. You just need to allow it
Mm-hmm.
and click on the area you need, and yeah, I'll just resize it. Yep. So I'll create a e-commerce funnel that how many users from item viewed till item added to cart, items checked out, and then the final purchase. How many are abandoning? What's the flow? So to
True.
create that, I'll start. I think there's some issue. I'll just refresh it once. Yep, I think now we are fine. So starting with the first step, which is when a user views a product, then when a user actually add it to the cart,
Yeah.
and then move to checkout, and finally make the
Purchase.
purchase, right? Yeah. So you can see the funnel charts give you the 100% of them have viewed item, out of which 84% actually added to cart, 64% checked out, and finally 25% have
Purchase.
made it to the purchase. So this is a very good chart when you create a e-commerce because this gives you the idea that how many users are actually abandoning. Maybe there might be some optimizations or might be some coupons or strategies required. So you can like plan your strategies accordingly if you use such uh, charts. So what
Yeah.
I say is how your charts actually tell the story, right, Sakina?
Yeah. Right.
Title to this as well.
Yeah.
Again, the AI is not giving me the right title
Mm.
name. I'll give it funnel report. You can write e-commerce funnel steps from view to purchase. Right.
Perfect.
So I think that is done. And now I think the dash, I think we have created it. Now, if you want to add more charts, just because it's a tutorial, so we are just sharing you how you can tell your story, how you can create your graphs, align it properly, and everything. But definitely, there are a lot of charts you can add. You can add a comparison pie chart, maybe that which regions are actually giving you the most transactions, or you can add a line chart which shows the sales trends. So there are a
Yeah.
lot of options that you can actually avail, because this is just a tutorial, so we will run out of time maybe. So
Yeah.
that's why we will just keep up to this one. Also, I'll tell you guys that don't just be that you have given the context. Might be the users you who are viewing the dashboard, your clients maybe. Maybe there are some more details also you should add. Maybe you can add a text to it. You can give the asterisks, maybe add the notes that this table is about the items detail, and you can add more text to it. So the user who comes up gets the whole idea that which chart this chart is, like what this chart actually means, what insights you can gain from this. So I think over to you, Sagina.
Yeah, thanks, Abhishek. I really want to say that it was super insightful and that was super smooth. The way you structure the dashboard, it really did tell the story. And I have to admit it now that you are really an expert in what you do.
Thank you so much
Okay.
for that.
So now can you just share us some your top tips or maybe some best practices?
Absolutely, Sagina.
Yeah.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, just move on. Yes, so best when we talk about the best practice. So I think a lot of times I have said this. Then once you start building a dashboard, please keep a purpose in mind why you are creating it. For an example, you can see e-commerce screenshot is out here. And once I started creating it, I was in my mind that I want to create a page where I want to have the details of how transactions are, which are the channels who are driving your transaction and everything. So you should have a purpose, you should have a goal that why you are creating this and what insights you can grab from that dashboard.
Perfect.
Absolutely use the right visual. I already said. So, for an example, can you show like the funnel abandonments in a line chart or a bar chart? The funnel chart is
No.
the best, right? So,
Yeah.
right visuals tells you the right story. That like the funnel chart told you the right story that this many have joined from the step of item viewing, then this many abandoned, and finally these are the ones that have made the final purchase. So, the right visualization is really important.
Very important.
Also, when you are creating dashboards, always use filters, always keep filters to it. For an example, I just mentioned when I was giving the tutorial that maybe you have a global business, you have 50 or 100 plus countries you are operating in, or you are operating in a country where you have multiple branches in multiple cities. So shall I give you 100 plus reports for different countries? It will be difficult to you to find it, right? It will be difficult to you to just, if you want to check USA now and then again China, you have to move to different dashboards, right? But if I give you filters, from that I will, if I give you a country filter, you can directly choose your country you want to. If you want to see the overall data, you can do that as well. So it's very good if you want to check different devices, that how mobile users are doing, how desktop users are doing. So don't need to create multiple dashboard. In the same dashboard, you can have all those views if you use the filters in the right way.
Correct. I think those were some solid tips, Abhishek. And I think now that we have got a good grip on what Luca Studio is all about, and also that you have showed us a practical application, I think now it's time to make things even more relatable. Could you just share us a e-commerce example or maybe
Yeah,
from a
I'll,
fashion
I'll
label?
give some of the stories, yeah, that
Yeah.
are how they have used it, how they have utilized it. So let's start.
Yeah, I would like to say the specifically ones from where that data storytelling through dashboard actually made a noticeable difference.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
So, for an example, so this is a fashion retailer. So he was actually facing issue. He was getting a very high card abandonment rate that we already saw in the funnel, right? People
Yeah.
who are abandoning between add to cart and checkout. So he
Yeah.
was also facing the same kind of an issue, that he was seeing a pretty high card abandonment rate, and how using Lucas Studio he helped himself. So he used Lucas Studio, and he created a pie chart where he had a breakdown of card abandonment using the device category. Then what he observed is that his mobile users were having 65% card abandonment rate,
Okay.
whereas the desktop users were only having 45%. You can see the difference between the
Yeah,
desktop users and the mobile users. So
definitely.
they get into the core of it. They got some places they needed some optimization in terms of the card abandonment to checkout rate, and it really helped them to drop the number of abandonments and increase the number of purchases.
Yeah, that was, I think, the great example from the fashion industry. I think it really showed how even a small pie chart in Looker can drive big results. And that drop in 15% cart abandonment rate within 2 months, that was just insane. Now I think we should just switch our gears up and like look into the marketing example.
Absolutely. I think if somebody is from the marketing team or somebody is from CRO, they can also raise hands, I think, or
Yeah.
write something in the chat. So, yes, talking about the marketing campaigns and everything. So, there was a shoe wholesaler. So, he wanted to like be prepared. There's a Black Friday sales coming up, and he wanted some insights so that he can actually optimize the budget in a way
Mhm.
that he gets the maximum conversions.
Okay.
Yeah, every marketer's dream. So yeah, so he also used Lucas Studio, and how he used it, he compared several metrics, because we what we generally do in like in the modern scenario, we don't stick to a single platform to do the marketing. We go for multiple platform so that we can like compare and then optimize our budgets accordingly. So yes, we they also did the same. They compared the ad performance metrics, and they saw this. So they were doing ads in three different. One was Instagram, and another was Facebook and Google Ads. So among all these three, you can see that Instagram was showing the most conversion rate.
Mm.
Facebook is almost half is what Instagram is providing as per conversion.
Right.
So
Mm.
they understood that, okay, so most of the conversions are being from the Instagram channel, right?
Nice.
So they optimized their budget. They moved a good part of the budget to Instagram, because and that really showed up for them, and they got a very good conversion for the Black Friday sales.
That was another solid example. I think in this marketing case, it's very clear that how visualizing the conversion rates by platform made decision making so much faster and smarter. And that 30%, percent of their budget on to shift on Instagram, and that gave it 8% bump in conversion. That was really huge. And now I have to ask you, Abhishek, that you have mentioned a couple of times before also in your tutorial also. So I have to ask you that why do visuals matter so much? Like, what is the power of visualization in data storytelling?
Yes, I think the most important part when it comes to a dashboard is a visual, because all your data, all your narrative is going to get a picture, a solid insight only when you use the visuals.
Visuals.
So
Okay.
that is why also visuals are very powerful.
Okay.
Then effective communication, of course, if you have the right, if you choose the right visuals, if you try to tell the right story, then visuals are very powerful. It will help you give insights, like it given to the shoe wholesaler and the fashion retailer, so that they
Mm.
optimize and made it better, right?
Yeah, right.
At the same time, I'll say you that with great power comes great responsibilities, right? So if the power of visuals are used in a wrong way, if the visuals are not as per what you want to showcase, and if you create a confusing chart, it might give you some wrong result or some wrong insights, right?
Right.
So use the
I
right
also
chart in the right
I
way.
also feel that choosing the right chart is also very important.
Absolutely, Sakina, choosing the right chart is very important. So, for an example, if you see a line chart, see line chart is very good when it comes to showing trends. or
Yeah.
showing an overtime data and comparing with some different periods. For an example, you can see transactions, or maybe users. You want to see that how many users were coming in. Maybe if you want to compare that, how many users have come in July 2025 and how many were in July 2024. So
Okay.
that kind of a trend comparison,
Very
or if you want to show a trend, line charts are very good for that.
perfect.
Then coming to the bar charts, yes. So bar charts, it's very good for comparing categories. I think one of the examples were earlier as well. So bar charts are very good for comparing numbers. If you want to see how many referrals have come up, maybe 10,000 referrals have come up
Yeah.
from the previous month, and 5,000 have come from organic out of the 30,000. So if you want to compare the numbers, bar charts are good. At the
Okay.
same time, when we talk about the pie charts, so pie charts are good, showing proportions, showing distributions. That how many percentage were from paid shopping. You can see 48.7% were contributed
Mhm.
from paid shopping. In the e-commerce also, I showed an example of there was a screenshot of a dashboard where we utilized that which are the areas where we got the most transactions, the percentage of the revenue. So
Mhm.
that kind of the proportion of a whole, if you want to show, then
That
that
totally makes a lot of sense. I think visuals aren't just about making your dashboard look nice, they're more about making insights clear and actionable. But now I feel that you have told us what to do. I think it's equally important to tell us what not to do because we are humans and we tend to make mistakes. So please share us the some common mistakes we should avoid in data visualization.
absolutely, Sakina. And if you see this visual out here, I'll tell you that once we were creating it, for an example for this presentation, it is more tough than to create a data storytelling dashboard, right? It's
Yeah,
really
it
difficult.
requires a lot of guts to make this awful dashboard.
Yeah, but at the same time, I'll tell something that at the beginning, when you are a beginner, when you start creating dashboard, I think these are some common mistakes where what we generally make while we start. So that's why I've like put this up so that all of our participants don't make this mistake.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. The theme is not sync. As you can see, all the colors are some different. You can see the
Different.
light gray color when it comes to the header, or a darker gray color in the KPIs. Even the bar charts are for different color, and the heading of the table chart. The theme is definitely not synced.
Yeah.
The KPI names are tough to read. Absolutely. I think I have done the full screen. Even I have to guess that what actually this KPI have a header, right?
Yeah.
So that is also very difficult. So don't keep it in that way. And misleading graphs, yes, they could have used, or we could have used a line chart to show the trend of the total users. Bar chart is even not bad, but I'll tell you something that if you want to show trends, line charts are the best, and even you could have compared it with previous period, previous month, or previous year in that way. So the line chart would have been a great option.
Yeah. Thank God they didn't use a pie chart.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Overloading details. I can see some 8 or 9 fields are available, and it's very difficult to read what the data is, what the headers are. So I think people can utilize the options or the tricks that we've also shown, that they might had used if they want to show every field in a single table. Then they could have used the option to resize it to fit to
Hmm.
data. So it could have distributed it in a way that you can see every of the data. They could have used wrap text,
Yeah.
or if they want to show a single dimension at the same time, so they could have used drill downs as well. So
Great.
which we showed in the tutorial as well.
Yeah.
And of course, no headings, no context. So
No.
I don't know why they have prepared this chart, what insight I can gain from this. And even if you can see the header, it's just saying that it's an analytics dashboard. What analytics dashboard? It could be a user behavior dashboard, it could be a pages and screen report, it can be anything. When you talk about analytics, is a very vast
Vast.
in
Yeah.
that. So Yeah, it's very awful, I think.
Yeah, it is. I would like to say that, so guys, let's make sure that we avoid these mistakes and build a dashboard that is clean, clear, and visually appealing. If you all are on this with me, just drop a thumbs up in the chat.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I can see a lot of thumbs up. Thank you, guys. And if we all can see that Abhishek, you are right now very quite pumped up. So I think it's the right time to ask you that can you just share us some case studies, or I should say success stories where everything we spoke about today really came together.
Absolutely, Sakina. So yeah, so starting from Pangaya, yes. So when we were actually doing this project of our client, so this project, I'll tell you, it was very challenging project for anyone, and with challenges also comes great learning too.
Yeah.
So actually, it was a very great experience for us. So this client had actually 10 plus data sources. If I clearly remember, I think it was 13 or 14 or even more than that. So the problem was there were multiple sources. Some of the sources data were interrelated to create some reports, and at the same time, I think for some of it, it was there was availability of third party tool. For some, there was no third party tool available. For some, we had to utilize data from you know data sheets, I think Google Sheets, Excels, and everything. So what we did is we centralized all the data sources. We use BigQuery. We use the APIs of different sources. We pulled all the data, and what our team really did well is for most of the sources, they did a refresh for almost 5 minutes, I think, and that almost makes the data as a live data if you have a 5 minute refresh rate.
Mhm.
So all the data came up into BigQuery, and from BigQuery we pulled the data into Looker Studio and we visualized it, all the sources into a single dashboard. And even there were some challenges I'm telling you about. I think purchases and return logic was very difficult because there was no different metrics or dimension available that okay these many items are returned. There were some comments of course which they were putting up, so from the comments we had to pull that data and we had to create the logic that we can calculate the returns as well. So it was a difficult task, but yes, a great learning and a great experience, and we delivered it in a very nice way, in a very nice
Nice.
dashboard. Client was really happy.
Pangaya was a really hard nut to crack, and they had really complex data needs. I also remember. And of course, when we talk about Pangaya, how can we forget the media sector angle?
Yes, so yes, Washington Examiner is also very dear client to us, and I'll tell you that they are one of the most popular publishers when we talk about United States. So
Yeah.
the problem which we were facing with Washington Examiner was that the client had a standard GA4, and standard GA4 comes up with generally GA4 is a very good tool when it comes to web or app analytics, but if you have a lot of interaction, and when I talk about publisher, a lot of users come up, millions of users, thousands of users, millions of users comes up. There are a lot of interactions, there are a lot of hits happening on the website, and because of it there are a lot of data also which are coming.
Right. Yeah.
So there's some limitation when it comes to standard, and because the client had millions of users coming up on a regular basis, so there are a lot of data that was coming up. So what GA4 was doing, it was sampling the data. After a limit, it samples the data. So it was data. It was doing data sampling. So just to give a context to our participants who don't know what data sampling is. So what data sampling does is, the tool will from 15 or 20% data, it will create 100% view. So it will take a sample and it will create 100% view from that. So that was the data was the insights were certainly unclear in some parts. So we again used BigQuery, and from BigQuery and GA4's API, we pulled all the important data that was there for the client. We kept it updating like on a daily basis, because GA4 also does the same. That so there is no point to make it real time. So we pulled all the data and the reports that was important. And from that, from the help of Lucas Studio, we visualized it and we give the better insights which are available. And guys, when I'm talking about integrating BigQuery, please don't think that it's the integration that we do, product linking that we do in the GA4, because that also comes up with the limit. So talking about this, there was, what was happening was, there was 6 or 7 million hits that were coming on a regular basis, and the direct integration also had a limit of 1 million. So you can see the difference where 1 million is and one where 6 or 7 million is. So that was not a direct integration, but that was a solution that we made, directly pulling the data of GA4 into BigQuery.
Yes, the work we did for Washington Examiner was a truly a combination of a hard work and a smart work. And we really did begin with the end in our mind, and that made all the differences.
Absolutely.
Now, Abhishek, before winding up, I feel that it's time to drop surprise. What think? What do you think?
Yeah, for sure.
So let's just quickly look at some advanced features in Looker Studio.
Yes. So talking about the advanced feature, we can never miss out about the data blending. Also, I talked about this data blending when I talked in Pangaya about Pangaya. So Pangaya also, we use data blending to blend multiple sources. We did it in BigQuery as well, and for some of the sheets and all, we simply did it in Looker Studio. So Looker Studio provides you with data blending. You can blend up to 5 sources at a time and create a single source. So to explain this, we have an example that for one client, they wanted to see side by side in a single chart the Google Analytics sessions and Google Ads clicks. So to do that, it was like how we can do it. So you can use data blend for that. We use data blend for that. And in data blending, there are a couple of joins that you need to do. If somebody is familiar with SQL, they will come to know that there are some options like inner join or outer join are there. So that conditions you need to do it. But yeah, it's not that complex. You don't need to code it. There's a single. You just need to select the option whether which kind of a join you need to do. So we did a join between GA4 and Google Ads using the date as a primary key, and we got the data source where we have both the GA4 session and Google Ads click. And with that, we created a single visualization where we have both the metrics and the data.
Perfect. What about the calculated fields?
Yes, Sakina. So calculated fields, yeah, I'm talking about that. So calculated fields is a very good feature that is available. So it's if somebody is like doing advanced Excel or somebody who is doing Power BI, they will be familiar to this word called DAX functions. So DAX functions, how it operates, how you create different fields using that. In the same way, we have calculated fields in Looker Studio. So in Looker Studio, what you can do is you have fields from the sources you have connected, but along with that, if you want certain other sources, like if you want that full name of the list of customers you have, but you want to draw the first name from that, so you can use calculated field and create a new field from that. So in this example, we had a client who wanted us to do the performance marketing. So for that, we used utilized DB360, but in DB360, we had like creative names, right? So in that creative name, our team was also creative. So they aligned the creative name in such a good way. They added the name, the size, and the type, everything, and in a like structured way. So what happened, what how it helped us, because we have all the creative name, we have all the name type and size in one creative name. So we wanted to like visualize that which sizes are actually performing well, which type of product is actually performing well, or what are the name of the products that are performing well, because same name product have different sizes as well. So we used regex extract. We created a calculated field. We created actually 3 calculated field. We extracted the data of the name differently, the type differently, and the size differently, and then we utilized it to create different charts and also use filters. So now, even from that use case, they did really optimize the campaigns and well, and the conversions also came up really well after they did it.
But let me just say, guys, that field is such a vast and layered topic. So if anyone is looking for a deeper explanation, we have an entire Looker formula series on our
Yes.
YouTube channel. So do check that out after the session. So what about the conditional formatting, Abhishek?
Yes, conditional formatting, I think most of the participants will be aware of, because this is a very common term which comes up. When you talk about Excel, when you talk about Google Sheets, in that also conditional formatting comes up. So conditional formatting helps you to highlight some of the data. For an example, I will share you that suppose you want to highlight that whether the targets as per, like you had some target for July, and whether those targets for some products have met or not. So might be for some products you wanted to have a 1000 plus sales, right? So simply you just do conditional formatting, and you just, like in the items purchase, maybe you will just give the condition that 1000 plus sales, if it's, give it a darker blue shade or a greener blue shade. So how it helps you actually, so when you come and check the reports that which have actually achieved the target, you don't need to go and check the numbers from the highlighted cells, or from the highlighted rows itself. You will come to understand, okay, this, so it really helps you to understand the data very quickly as well, because you have already highlighted it.
Yeah. So, all right, everyone, we have now reached at the end of today's webinar. But don't worry, we have got you all covered with some valuable resources and support to your learning. So we have created a dedicated Looker Studio Formula series on our YouTube channel where you can dive into topics like calculated fields, conditional formatting, and much more. It is all explained in a simple and a practical way. So do definitely check that out. Also, you can find links to the official Looker Studio Help Center and the community forum in case you ever feel stuck and want to explore some more features. And of
And you
course,
can contact us as well.
yeah, and of course, we would love to hear from you, your feedback, your questions. So I think,
I hope you guys have loved the session. If you had did, please put up a like, and show us some support. Thank you. I can see a lot of likes and coming. And do check out the series. I'm telling you guys, please do check out the series. You can see me as well in a lot of series videos. So please go and check out. There are valuable insights that we share.
yeah,
And
I
I think
think it's
if,
now your time. If you have any queries, don't hesitate to ask. Just feel free to drop them in the chat or simply raise your hand. We are here to help. Okay.
absolutely, just put your questions on the chat, and we are here to help you.
Yeah. Abhishek, I have one question. If you don't mind, I can read it for you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So Tanu is saying that can she highlight a KPI in red if it goes down below the target? And how can she set that up using conditional formatting?
So yeah, so there are two ways actually I'll consider. Some people, what they do, they want to compare whether maybe KPI is there, that these are the sales, and they want to compare it with the previous period.
Mhm.
So for that instance, there is a compare date range option also available, and it will give you an arrow option out here, which color you can change. By default, it comes as red if it falls down from the previous period, or green if it rises in comparison with the previous period. And yes, so to talk about that, if you have a specific target in your mind, you can go and use the conditional formatting. It's available in the I think somebody are raising the hand. Sorry, yeah, yeah. So I got a little distracted. So yeah, so you can actually go to style. In the style, there is option for conditional formatting. You can add it, add your own target, specify the metrics, specify your target, specify the color of the row, the color of the text. Everything is available. So in that way, you can do it. I think there
Okay.
is some chat also coming up. Tejas has his hand up. Tejas, you can drop your question. If you have any question, you can just drop it in your chat. I think Sagina, we are already going like the,
Short on time.
Yeah.
So I think you don't have to worry. We will, answer or address your questions via email also. So so let's just wind up the session. So
So if all the questions that are now also I can see is available on the chat, we will mail you personally with the answers and support as well. Don't worry about that. And also, if you have any query, you can definitely reach out to us. Sakina,
yes. Thank you all.
thank you.
Thank you all for joining us today. Hope you found this session insightful and valuable. If you want to like to get in touch or even want to collaborate or have any further questions, feel free to reach us out and visit our office in Ahmedabad. You can also give us a call or you can drop us an email at learning.analyticslab.com. We would love to hear from you and support you in any way we can. So thank you all again and have a great day ahead.
Thank you, everyone. And thank you, Sakina, for supporting me for this webinar.
Thank you, Abhishek. Yeah.
Thank you.